I recently saw a clip of Andrew debating whether is and I don't know if this was out of context or not, but I'm just
from Oliver.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm going to tell you guys, I'm going to tell all of you, because I haven't had an opportunity yet, because I just got home to counterclip and destroy Oliver for his lying. And so he actually apologized on this podcast because he tried to infer that other people who were on the podcast were PDFs, even though they clearly weren't. He had to apologize for it when he was called out on it. But here's the truth. The reason that Oliver clips these things to make it look like everybody else is promoting SA or various things like this, which, by the way, totally disingenuous. That entire argument was based around grouping people as monoliths or not, and why you shouldn't do that. And I used SA as an example. But he clipped it and cut it as though I was trying to promote that SA was okay. Oliver has been involved in multiple scandals where he, when he was younger, was flashing underage girls. And so what he's done as part of his rebrand is be super, ultra, super feminist and pretend as part of his rebrand that that never happened. And that's why he tries to label his opposition this way. By the way, it's very common for leftists to do this. They are usually guilty of that which they accuse you of.
Yeah, and I saw the clip, Andrew. I think I showed it to you originally when you were still in studio, and it's leaving out critical context. I mean, that was a 5-hour conversation. There was, I think
it's all over the internet. You guys can go look, but yeah, Oliver was basically run off of the internet for, without the woman's permission, the underage girl's permission, flashing her. And so that's why, if you look at all of his content, he always is trying to promote that he's like super ultra feminist as part of the shame ritual that leftists must go through in order to be accepted by their side for forgiveness or whatever it is. It's a literal shame ritual. But that is why he tries to clip his opposition as though he's trying to defeat that idea, even though that idea never came up to begin with.
Yeah, and Andrew, how would you just quickly, I guess, respond to, it's pretty clear to me that you were not advocating that SA is good, but that's the way people are.
The opposite.
Right.
What I was saying is, what Oliver did is any time I would make an argument which would have a large group of people, he'd say some people, but some people, blah. And I said, look, you wouldn't use that argument in reverse if I were to say, could there be one woman on planet Earth who enjoyed her own SA? Then if I said some people enjoy SA, would you accept that as an argument? And he was like, well, no, of course not, right? Which stands to reason, right? I'm saying you can't group people monolithically that way and then look to the outliers in order to make your argument. That was the whole point of the exchange. But what he did was clipped it so that it sounded like I was saying, oh, SA's fine, that's great, more SA. Hey, if we could do more of it, great. You know what I mean? But that's the fundamental dishonest nature of progressive scumbags.
And Andrew, let me ask you this question and tell me if this is essentially what he did. Let's say that Jazz here said the following. It's wrong to say that black people are bad. And what Oliver did is he started the clip where Jazz would have said, black people are bad. Is that essentially what he did to you? So he just
because he left out the critical context before where I was explaining to him, why do you keep saying, but some people? If I use the same argument, right, to say like, could some people enjoy their own SA, right? You'd have to concede that logically that's at least possible. And so he was like, the second that clicked with him that he would actually have to logically say that that's possible, he was trying to viscerally change the dynamic for me just trying to explain that's not how you logically debate into me trying to actually advocate for this fucking crazy thing.
Yeah.
I'm just pointing out the obvious that from your worldview, right, you can't just say some people X and that's an argument. That's not an argument.
I do actually, really quick, I just want to give a shout out because Myron looks like he finished his stream and he sent us a raid or a host. So I want to thank Myron Gaines from Fresh and Fit. Thank you so much for the raid, man. Really appreciate it.
Yeah.
That's very nice. So moving on to